wasn't long before I was on the ground with a gun pointed at my head. The whole time I was just hoping that I wouldn't get my head shot off. Eventually the cops forced me up and took me out of the cell. I could feel all the other inmates staring at me from their cells in a mixture of fascination and terror as I walked down the hallway. We got to a room and the cops had me sit down. I tried to tell them that I didn't do it and they just asked me who did it. I didn't know how to explain what happened to them, so I said that there was someone else in the cell with us, and they said that they do cell checks and that only me and my cellmate were in there. I started to think that it was no use and that there was no way I could prove that I was innocent. And I remember they had cameras, and if they caught what happened, it would be proof that I was innocent. So I told them to look at the camera footage and they'd see that I didn't do it. Because they thought I was bluffing, since they said that they certainly would review the footage and that they'd make sure to tell me exactly what they saw once they're done. I honestly wasn't sure this would even do anything, since PT could have the power to edit the footage, but I figured it was worth a shot. I waited for the cops to get back, and when they did, they had the two other cops who were in there watching me come out of the room so they could talk. I didn't hear much of what they said, but I did catch something about a malicious stalker. When they did eventually come back in the room, they told me that they had seen the security footage and that I wasn't lying. They said they would try and find out who the man was and that it was possible that I was being deliberately targeted. They asked me if I knew who the man was, and I told them I didn't know him personally, but that he said his name was PT. They thanked me for giving them that information. I said that it wasn't safe for me here and that I was going to be relocated tomorrow. They said that since I have no job, it would be best for me to be someplace near my family so that I'd have support. Then they revealed exactly where they were going to relocate me to. I was going to be relocated to Plainview. I swore I would never go back there, not after what happened last time. But the cops were right. There was no way I was going to be able to support myself or even have the money to live on my own. Obviously, I didn't even know who would be able to support me. Mom and dad are in the nursing home. The last time I saw Uncle Gary, he was saying that the earth is flat. I guess maybe I could live with Uncle Joe, but I kind of just want to let him enjoy his grandkids and his wife making cookies. Then the cops said they can try getting in contact with my brother and see if he would let me stay with him until I was able to get back on my own 2 feet. Now that took me by surprise, because last time I checked, Roderick wasn't living in Plainview. I didn't think Roderick even lived anywhere since he was always on tours with his band, but I guess he came back to Plainview for whatever reason. After what felt like an eternity waiting for him to answer, he finally picked up the phone. He agreed to let me stay with him and said that he wouldn't always be around the house, but that he trusts me to handle myself. After that was settled, the cops took me to another cell, and this time around I don't think anyone's gonna mess with me. Now I'm just here ranting about all this. I'm not sure what it's gonna be like going back to Plainview, but it's gonna be something. I'm gonna try and get some sleep soon, because I'm definitely gonna need it for the trip back to Plainview tomorrow.